Okay, have you ever just scrolled through your feed, minding your own business, and suddenly something so random pops up that you actually pause and go, wait, what did I just watch? Yeah. That was me the other day. Because out of nowhere, there's Gwyneth Paltrow, yep, the Gwyneth, just casually showing up in some astronomy video on YouTube. No red carpet, no Goop promo, no glam. Just, space talk. Black holes. The universe. And Gwyneth, like it's the most normal thing in the world. And here's where it gets even weirder, the timing of all this. It happened right in the middle of that Coldplay kiss cam moment. You know, the one that kind of blew up on the internet? With Chris Martin and Dakota Johnson all cozy on stage. So naturally, everyone's asking the same thing, what is going on here? Is this just some weird coincidence? Or is there more to the story? That's what we're getting into today. We're gonna talk about why Gwyneth Paltrow ended up in an Astronomer's YouTube video, what's really happening with Chris Martin and that kiss cam situation, and whether this was just a fun little moment, or something with a little more meaning behind it. Alright, let's break it down. So first off, let's talk about the kiss cam moment. Coldplay's out on tour. Huge crowd, stadium lights, music blasting, vibes are high. Everything's going great. And then the camera pans across the audience, just like it always does at these big shows. Then boom, it lands on Chris Martin. And who's he sitting next to? Dakota Johnson. She's smiling. He's smiling. They lean in. Kiss. Crowd goes wild. Classic kiss cam moment, right? But here's the thing, some fans felt like it wasn't exactly spontaneous. Like, yeah, it was sweet. But it also felt kind of staged. You know what I mean? Like, a little too perfect. A little too on the nose. And that's when people started talking. Because whenever something feels too planned, you kind of start to wonder, who was that really for? And this is where Gwyneth comes in. Just a few days after that kiss cam moment made the rounds online, something really unexpected popped up. There's this YouTube channel called The Astronomer. It's pretty niche. Quiet, educational, focused on science, nothing flashy. The kind of thing you'd watch if you're super into space or just want something chill to fall asleep to. So this channel uploads a new video about black holes. And in the middle of all this technical space stuff, there she is, Gwyneth Paltrow. She's calm. She's thoughtful. She's talking about the universe like it's something she thinks about all the time. And here's the part that got everyone's attention, she doesn't plug anything. Not Goop. Not a new movie. Nothing. She just shows up, talks about the cosmos, and leaves. Naturally, the internet was like, what? Some people thought it was just a fun, random cameo. But others started connecting the dots. Because seriously, the timing of it all? It's kind of too perfect not to notice. 1 minute, Chris Martin is front and center at a Coldplay concert, in front of thousands of fans, doing this sweet, very public kiss with Dakota Johnson. The crowd's cheering, cameras are rolling, and boom, it's all over social media in minutes. It's romantic. It's big. It's loud. It's one of those moments where everyone watching just collectively goes, ah. And then, just days later, his ex-wife Gwyneth Paltrow randomly pops up in this super low-key science video about the universe. Not about Hollywood. Not about skincare. Not even about her wellness brand, Goop. Nope. She's talking about space. Like, black holes. Gravity. The expansion of the universe. It's quiet. It's thoughtful. It's almost meditative. And honestly, it's kind of beautiful. So naturally, people on the internet are like, wait, what is happening here? Is this just a total coincidence? A random appearance that just so happened to drop after Chris's kiss went viral? Or, is it her way of saying, in the most Gwyneth way possible, hey, I'm not bothered. I'm thinking about galaxies now, not gossip. I'm good. And that's the kind of thing that really makes you pause for a second. You know? Because let's be honest, this whole thing doesn't feel like just another tabloid headline. It feels layered. Like there's a deeper story hiding underneath the surface. Now, if you're not super familiar with Gwyneth and Chris's history, this might not hit the same way. But here's the thing, they've always had a very unique relationship, especially for two massive celebrities who were once married and are now very much not. When they split up back in 2014, they didn't even use the word divorce. Nope. They introduced the world to a brand new phrase, conscious uncoupling. And yeah, back then, everyone kind of raised their eyebrows. It sounded super Hollywood. Like a term you'd hear at a meditation retreat or a wellness workshop. People made jokes. Late-night hosts ran with it. But over time, that phrase actually started to make sense. Because unlike a lot of high-profile breakups that turn messy or bitter, Gwyneth and Chris actually stayed close. Like, really close. They co-parented their two kids, Apple and Moses, with ease. They took family vacations together after the divorce. They posted birthday shout-outs for each other on Instagram. They even spent time as a blended family, Gwyneth, Chris, Dakota Johnson, Chris's new partner, and Brad Falchuk, Gwyneth's husband. All in the same room. Laughing. Smiling. No tension. I mean, who does that? So when Chris has this big, public display of love with Dakota, and then Gwyneth shows up out of nowhere in this peaceful, cosmic-themed video, it's like, they're no longer a couple, but somehow, still part of the same story. It's like they're still in each other's orbit. Just like the planets she's talking about in that video. And that makes this moment all the more fascinating. Because it's not just about what happened. It's about how it was handled. How they show up in the world. How they respond to each other's moments. Chris? He's out there with the fireworks. He's expressive, open-hearted, showing affection in front of the whole world. Gwyneth? She's choosing stillness. Wonder. Curiosity about the universe. She's not saying much, but what she is doing. It's just as loud in its own quiet way. And let's talk about something most people missed in all of this. The astronomer who created that video? He later mentioned that Gwyneth never asked for her name to be in the title. She didn't want a special shout-out. She didn't post about it. She didn't try to turn it into a viral moment. She didn't even ask to be paid. She just showed up. Said she was interested in the topic. Offered to help. And she did it for free. That's actually kind of wild when you think about it. Because in today's world, especially with celebrities, almost everything is transactional. It's about branding. Exposure. PR moments. There's always a hook. But not here. She didn't come on to promote Goop. She didn't talk about a new acting project. She didn't even use it to push some cosmic-themed product line, which honestly would have been a super easy tie-in. Nope. She just sat there. Spoke thoughtfully. Talked about gravity. Wondered about the nature of time. And somehow, that quiet moment felt like a response. A calm counterbalance to the loud, viral kiss happening on stage with her ex-husband. Like, if Chris is saying, "Hey world, look how happy I am," Gwyneth is saying, "I'm happy too." Just in a different way. And that contrast? It's actually kind of beautiful. Because not every happy ending has to look the same. Not every moment needs a spotlight. Sometimes the quiet ones say just as much, if not more. It's like watching two people who used to be deeply connected, still move through life with a weird sort of synchronicity. Different paths. But still somehow aligned. And let's be real, life's weird like that sometimes. Ever had someone from your past randomly pop back into your life? Or you hear something about them right when you were thinking about them? It's that kind of energy. Now yeah, sure, maybe this is all just a coincidence. Maybe Gwyneth filmed that video weeks ago and had no idea it'd drop right after the Coldplay kiss cam moment. Maybe the universe just lined it all up in that funny, poetic way it sometimes does. But even if that's the case, it still made people feel something. It made them curious. It made them think. It made them smile. Or just say, whoa, that's kind of interesting. Because at the end of the day, that's what these moments do. They remind us that even celebrities, the ones with the cameras and the headlines and the million-dollar brands, are still just humans. Navigating love, change, timing, and growth. Sometimes loudly. Sometimes quietly. But always human. And in this case, it's like watching two very different love stories play out, at the same time, in totally different styles. Chris Martin on stage, holding hands with Dakota, soaking in the cheers. Gwyneth Paltrow in a science video, talking softly about the expansion of space. Both saying, in their own way, I'm doing okay. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think this was all just random? A funny little coincidence? Or was Gwyneth maybe sending a quiet, classy little signal to the world? Like a whispered, elegant mic drop? Was it, in her own way, a power move? Or just a moment of peace? Let me know in the comments, I really want to know what you think. And hey, if you love these kinds of unexpected celeb crossovers, the moments that make you go, wait, what, and then keep thinking about it all day, you have to check out our next video on, insert related topic here. Trust me, it's another good one. Also, if this video made you smile, or made you think, or made you look at Gwyneth Paltrow a little differently, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps more than you know. Subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to tap the bell so you never miss a moment like this. Because honestly, in Hollywood, even the most random stuff ends up having layers. And next time a science video shows up in your YouTube recommendations, and you're like, I'm not really in the mood for black holes right now, click it anyway. You never know. Gwyneth Paltrow might be in it.